Soriz. Let me break down Soriz for you guys. Shouts to Sage though. Sage with the smooth 12 viewers, making sure my stream isn't dead, even though it already is. Anyway, let's talk about Soriz. Let's do a Soriz overview. All right. Say hi to YouTube if you're watching the stream, and if you're watching YouTube, say hi to the stream. Let's talk about Soriz, huh? Let's give a little overview of Soriz. What does he do? What does he do? So, first things first, you know, he's close range, obviously. Normals are not too stubby, but they're no Catalina, right? Obviously, jump light, very active on the way down, pretty typical. Jump medium, decent vertical range, or excuse me, horizontal. Jump H is his go-to, jump in attack, of course, pretty standard. His jump U is pretty interesting. It's kind of like an air-to-air, and it's very, very useful. I'll explain why in a second. Tells crouching normals here. We showed off too well. By the way, this is also a stand light, or this is a standing low. Stand low is very good. Very, very, very good. 2M, 2H, right? This move is decent hitbox wise, but it is very slow. It's not a very, very good anti-air, but he has other anti-airs. First of all, he has a special move that is an anti-air, and then he has jump U, like I mentioned. So, and of course, air throw as well. So you kind of have to mix up your anti-airs. You got to pick which one is going to be best in different situations, because this isn't really the best anti-air. Next, crouch U. Pretty good sweep. Special cancelable. All his normal special cancelable. Pretty average. Nothing crazy. He has no unique normal. Or at least any I could find. Oh, this is 5H, by the way. I don't know if I showed that. It's a very, very good button. It kind of loses some range if they are crouching. It loses some range, but still very good button, regardless. Nice for whip punishing. It's quite fast. Let's talk about his close normals, right? Close light. Actually, let me turn this off so she doesn't kick me in the face every time. There we go. Wait, what? Why did she kick me in the face? Oh, oops. Okay, now we're good. Now she's gonna stop kicking me in the face. Alright. But first, we need to turn off that. Stand light. Solid button is plus. Doesn't go very far, but it is plus. His 2L is also very good, also plus. His 5M, not plus. Neither is 2M. But that's okay. He has a bunch of special moves that are plus on block. I'll show you right now. First one. It's not plus, but it is very good. It's probably a staple. Is Rush Punch. Very good. This is the light version. It doesn't really have that much startup. Very fast. Very strong move. It kind of pushes you very far away compared to the medium version, which has a wind up, but you stay really, really close to them. It also goes farther, of course, compared to the light version, which doesn't. Next is the heavy, which goes about the distance of the medium one, but it doesn't have the medium startup. Also, leaves you in an in-between spot between light and medium. So, like I said, this is light, very far. Medium leaves you right in front of them. Heavy leaves you in between, kind of. All very fast. All of them are safe, by the way. None of them are punishable, which is very, very good. Right. Neutral, neutral, neutral. All of them. I don't know how neutral they are because I don't have the frame data yet, but they are not punishable. So they are not -5. It's between 0 and 4, of course. All right, next move. It's 100 hands. Why does this EX punch leave you standing? It does on counter hit. You do get knocked down though. medium, and the heavy one does knock you down. And in the corner, you do some fat damage. All right, next up, just 100 hands. Light version, medium version, heavy version. There is a follow-up if he has the super activated. I'll show you in a second. When we get to the install super, his main win condition. But I'll show you it on block. All of them again neutral, except this one. This is plus, which is very good. It does leave you a little farther away, but you are plus. It leaves you in perfect range to do 5L, which is probably one of his most important buttons. So you can kind of still pressure them if they don't know. It's a good move. It's okay, but when he has the buffed up version, it's definitely very, very strong. All right, next up, DP. But not really. It has no invul, but it does have head invul properties, so it is a pretty decent anti-air. It's one of the other anti-airs besides his 2H that's pretty decent. Also, there is some decent combo potential with it. I will show you right now. If you hit them crouching with Rush Punch, you can link into the DP. If I can do it. Oops. As you see, only the EX1 hits. I'm doing it as fast as possible. Only the EX1 does it. So you do have to spend 2 bars, but it's pretty good. You do get knocked down. There you go. The window is a little tight, but it is something you can do off of that. It's not terrible. All right. Next move. Rock Smash. I think it's called Rock Smash. I don't remember exactly. This is light version. This move knocks down on all of them. EX, of course, hard knockdown, as all EX moves are. This move's very good for combos. It's kind of his main way to get combo extensions in the corner. Is using EX Rock Smash. Also, something worthy of note. Safe. Plus. So his medium version, his heavy version are plus. You can find a trend here that all his moves are safe. Besides his DP, or his up kick. All of these moves are safe, or plus. So this move being very, very good because true block string, it is used for his combos and it is used for pressure, for very, very good pressure. So yeah, that move is very important. It's probably one of his most important moves outside of dash punch, in my opinion. All right, so that's all special moves. Now, we didn't talk about his 5U. I left that for last because next to the supers. So as you see on the top, next to his health bar, or I guess in between everything, all of his bars there, is that little icon, right? So the icon indicates his counter. So 5U being his counter, he can hold it. So this is not holding it, it's holding it, and he has a follow-up to it. If you hold U and press forward any of the attack buttons, it does this buff attack, right? So this buff attack is similar to Zangief in Street Fighter V with his V skill, if you ever played that game. So essentially, right, this doesn't have a hit to it, but if you could do the buff, it does have a hit attack to it. It's also safe. This is not punishable. And they don't really change depending on what button you press. It's all the same. So, what does it look like? A hit. Oops. What did I do? Oh no, we don't want to hide that. We want to do that. On hit, you are plus. Of course. On counter hit though, and you will get counter hit a lot. If I can do it fast enough. It's pretty tricky though. You can link this. It is difficult, but it can be done. Trust me. I've done it before, but it is very difficult. But you have to take my word for it. I can't hit it right now, but it does work. It is. You have to practice it. It's not something I'm very efficient with, but you can combo after it on counter hit. But regardless, you are very, very plus on counter hit, and you will get countered a lot because this move is 3 frames. It is the fastest arm move in the game. It's also as fast as button technically. So how do you build the stocks up, right? The stocks depend on the hit. So if I were to do a fireball and I absorb a hit, it goes up. But it doesn't matter how many hits it is. It will only count as 1 hit if you hold it for the whole time. So the way to do it properly is to take the hit and let go. Especially if they're shooting fireballs, you want to just take the hit, let go, so you can have a chance to build another stock. And of course, it takes the damage for it. But in a situation like this, right? Let's say the Jada were to do this. And she's like, all right, I want to rush him down because he has a counter open. You want to do something like that instead of holding it and risking getting hit, because if you hold it for too long, you do get put in counter hit state. And the follow-up is not armor, so you can't get hit out of it. So your best way to do it is to hold it really fast and then press it again. So you recover in time to counter. Cancel out of the counter? No, you can cancel out of it. Well, not cancel out of it, but you can hold it and you can not hold it. That's the fastest one you can do. It's the longest one you can do. You control how long the counter acts. It doesn't act forever though. It's a certain amount of time. But that's how you build it. So what happens when you build it? I don't want to spoil it just yet. First, let's talk about his other super before we go into his SSBA. First super, pretty standard. Long range, or not long range, short range, invincible move. His only true wake up. He has no other reversals. But it's pretty good. Goes over fireballs, of course. The range is pretty solid. Especially the second hit. It's nothing crazy, but it always does the second follow-up. I never seen it where it doesn't hit the second one. So you can pretty much shortcut this super all the time. It doesn't really change in damage depending on how close you are. Or it does, but for shortcut wise, only up close is really going to give you the extra damage. The damage is pretty uniform, no matter what you do. No matter if you do the follow-up or not, or if you do the shortcut or not, it's pretty much going to give you the same damage. So shortcutting the super is pretty useful, in my opinion. Definitely a super you'd want to shortcut a lot. Alright, it's time. So let's go over what he does. So this is Muscle Fury. This is essentially the buffs we talked about with his 5U. And this is the stance. He glows, takes his clothes off, and he runs at you at full speed. So first his movement gets faster. He goes very fast. And all of his his special moves get buffed. So first one, this dash punch, right? It goes farther than before. It's also faster. Next up, rush punch, right? Does more damage, does more hits, and he has 2 follow-ups. First one is doing crit circle forward with any button, is the dragon kick, which makes this move very good because you get knockdown off it, and you get pressure. The second one is a plus. He's doing crit circle back. He gains plus frames. You can't combo for this though. You only get plus frames. He's not comboable, sadly. Next up, the only move that doesn't really get buffed is this. It does get buffed up in range, but there's no extra follow-ups or anything like that. It's just extra vertical distance. Alright, last is this. This one gets a little bigger as well. Nothing too crazy with it, but a buff is a buff. All his moves get buffed in some sort of regard. His normals don't really change. Nothing really changed that his normals. Pretty much all the same. No frame data stuff. So what does the buff do? This 5U, right? Stacking the 5U only works when you're in this mode. So let me show you what happens. If you have 0, alright. Or first, let me turn it off. So, of course, this is normal damage, right? I know how to play the G a little bit, so I know some damage combos. Alright, standard combo. Standard combo. Pretty good damage, right? So what happens when he's buffed? Or what happens when he's in Macho form? Oops. As you can see, there is a slight damage reduction. This is only level 1. He gains a slight damage reduction when he has the counter active, only in his SSBA form, which makes it kind of like his main win condition is having SSBA because he gets the damage reduction, and obviously gets more buffed up moves. So what happens when he's level 4? As you can see, or level 5, excuse me, level 5 damage reduction is insane. This is a pretty good starter combo, which does a fraction of the damage he normally gets. So you want to be building that counter. The counter and his SSBA are his main win conditions. It's how he gets stuff done. And finally, the last thing he has, which is a pseudo command throw. It is this move right here. Oops. It is an unblockable punch. Cannot do anything about. It is 3K on block. Or just she was blocking, right? Oh no, she wasn't. So there's 3K normal hit. As you saw, she's blocking all. Unblockable. You get 3K regardless of your damage. So it is essentially a command throw. It is 0 on flash. You can't do anything about it. So if he's running at you, and you see this move, you're pretty much done. And you can also combo into it. You can do all kinds of combos with it. The only issue is that first hit has to work. So it's a little bit tricky because this one has to hit on the ground. And it's also a very short range. So certain combos won't work on it, or you have to do something interesting. Trying to find something for you guys here to do, but it's a little tricky. I don't really know combos for it that well, but I'm trying my best here. But yeah, that's Soriz. That's what he does in a nutshell.